Now on 13 Action News Live at 11.
Anybody in the building? Stand back!
Officers risking their lives running into a burning building to rescue those trapped inside. Plus,
what the few have done, it impacts the many.
Contact 13 investigates local cops driving under the influence and why some say they get a pass.
Near record-setting highs on the way to the valley, and in your 13 First Alert forecast, I'm pinpointing when storms will make a comeback.
But we begin tonight with breaking news. 13 Action News reporter Austin Carter just now getting to the scene of an officer-involved shooting on Sahara near Durango. And Austin, what can you tell us?
Well, we just got here a few minutes ago. Like you said, Metro is investigating an officer-involved shooting here. I want to get you straight to the scene, though. Take a look along Sahara. You can see Metro vehicles here with their lights going, yellow crime scene tape up. The crime scene unit van is actually here as well, and I'm going to show you that closer in the back, right near the shopping plaza, closer to the apartment complex. That's where we are being told by witnesses that this officer-involved shooting took place. This witness tells me that he actually lives inside the complex, and he right now cannot get inside as Metro continues their investigation. Now, the details are limited right now, and we are waiting to get some more information from Metro about what exactly happened here. But again, we do know this was an officer-involved shooting that happened right here in the apartment complex behind me. Reporting live, Austin Carter, 13 Action News.
And there have been over a dozen police shootings in the valley this year. Just yesterday, Henderson police released a body camera footage of a shooting.
They couldn't find you out in Nevada. God, right over my foot.
Police say a man tried to back over an officer. Investigators say Larry Calvert lied about his identity when the officer looked into suspicious activity near Windmill and Pecos. Investigators learned 2 of those shots hit Calvert when they found him at a home 20 miles away in the northwest part of the valley. We're told the officer's injuries were minor. And we have an interactive map on our website showing all the police shootings from this year. You just visit ktnv.com. 13 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brian Schofield joining me right now, and you're tracking some of these hot temperatures on the way, right?
If you thought it was warm today.
Almost a record, right?
Well, today we're a little bit of a distance, but tomorrow not so much. We're going to just kind of close that gap. Yeah, so Tom felt how hot it was. He was out and about doing this thing, and definitely if you were too, you felt it. You felt all that sweat, and only 107, but you know, humidity levels are still up there. We haven't dried things out. Downtown 107, Spring Valley 106, but take a look at this. This is what the setup is for tomorrow. Sizzling Sunday with near record heat, close to 110 Sunday and even Monday. Oh yeah, we're going to warm things up big time. I'll show you those temperatures coming up. Also show you when our next best chance for storms is. It looks like Tuesday, but who gets them first? I'll have that for you coming up in your 13 First Alert forecast just ahead.
Well, new tonight, a new study tonight shows Nevada has the largest class sizes of any state in the entire country. And here at 13 Action News, we're serious about your children's education. Austin Carter reports this study is not sitting well with families right here in our valley.
This Valley mom knows all too well the issue of packed classrooms in Clark County schools.
And I know of one specifically that had 21 students at first, but by the end of the year had 27, all to herself.
According to a recent study by the National Education Association, Nevada had the largest average class sizes in the nation last year, and that's for the second time in a row.
There's just no way to truly invest in each child if you're that overwhelmed by children, you know, especially at a second grade level where they're 7 and they're still learning the basics.
Some Valley schools can have up to 40 students in one classroom at a time. The study's data showed Nevada classrooms have added on about 7 more students on average over the past 3 years. The district warned at the end of last school year that class sizes would grow as a result of additional budget cuts. But parents aren't buying it and say when the end game is their child's success, the students' needs have to come first, no matter the cost.
Whatever it takes to just even those numbers out, the ratio is just kind of really, it's just out of control.
Austin Carter, 13 Action News.
Whatever it takes, as she says. And earlier this year, 13 Action News actually talked with parents and teachers, asking them about what their biggest concerns are with the district. And here are the top 3. Lack of PTA and PTO organizations at some schools, class sizes in overcrowded schools, and not enough money, and questions about where all those funds are going. For a full list of these concerns, head over to ktnv.com and sound off on what you think CCSD needs to do to improve on our KTNV Facebook page. Well, right now, 2 people are in custody after trying to rob someone at a 7-Eleven. A customer ended up being in the parking lot. Now, this all happened at Vegas Drive in Decatur around 1 this afternoon after a call regarding an attempted robbery. We're told the two people involved shot a male customer in the parking lot. The victim was rushed to a nearby hospital, and he is expected to be okay. Well, an RTC bus forced to swerve out of the way after a vehicle was going the wrong way. It happened early this morning on Eastern near Vegas Valley. The bus driver hit a fence to avoid the vehicle, and that forced two other cars to crash into each other. No one was seriously hurt. The driver going in the wrong direction was arrested for DUI. Well, right now, outrage is growing over an immigration arrest. A father taken into custody by ICE at a California gas station as he was driving his pregnant wife to the hospital to deliver their baby. That father missing the birth of his son. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has ICE's response.
Sobbing in this gas station, Maria del Carmen Venegas was just hours from giving birth. She and her husband were on the way to a Southern California hospital for a C-section when you see these SUVs surround the couple's vehicle. Immigration agents then putting Joel Aronalada in handcuffs and taking him to a detention center. Venegas saying her husband has no criminal history. When I asked, "Why are you taking him?" they said somebody had reported us, she says. The family's attorney saying they believe ICE may have been looking for someone else. Venegas then driving herself to this hospital. Tonight, happy her newborn son is healthy, but devastated her husband wasn't by her side. Saying it's very hard because he was always there and he would say everything will be okay. ICE explaining in a statement Lada was in the U.S. illegally from Mexico, adding ICE continues to focus its enforcement resources on individuals who pose a threat to national security, public safety, and border security. However, ICE will no longer exempt classes or categories of removable aliens from potential enforcement.
We understand that he is, everyone's a priority for removal under the current Trump administration. But this one where a person is driving his pregnant wife to the hospital, we think should have been handled differently.
Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Turning now to a Contact 13 consumer alert now that has a lot of parents talking tonight. Consumer Reports is sending out a warning for parents about heavy metals inside baby foods. According to a new report, some products tested positive for lead, arsenic, and other dangerous chemicals. They believe the metals in soil and water are to blame. If ingested regularly, the elements can increase the risk for certain health problems in children. Researchers suggest giving your children a variety of foods and rotating the use of different products. Well, dozens of couples are saying "I do" today. That's because 8/18/18 is the most popular wedding date of the year. 13 Action News reporter Nina Porshunkala explains why.
Here at the Chapel of the Flower, 74 couples tied the knot on 8/18/18. Sarah and Stephen Montoya is just one of thousands of couples across the country who said their "I do's" today.
Love at first sight, I guess you could say. I mean,
we like the same thing.
Yeah, like music, everything. Everything was, meshed really well together.
Why 8/18/18? It's a lucky number. 8 symbolizes infinity, and it's also a palindrome, a sequence of numbers that reads the same forward and backward.
The couples are here making promises to each other for infinite love, and it's just a really wonderful and special feeling.
It was a very busy day at the chapel with at least 3 couples getting married at the same time every 30 minutes. The service complete with a limousine. And what's a wedding without picture taking? Done professionally to capture this moment.
Families coming together that maybe haven't seen each other for years or have maybe never even met.
These couples say tying the knot at 8/18/18 is not just a symbolic act, promising they will work together to make their vows last forever. Infinite, like the number 8.
Forever and ever.
Yes, forever.
That's why today was the day, because 8's never end.
Nina Porshunkala, 13 Action News.
All right, well, you still have one more day to help clear the shelter. The city of Henderson hoping to find homes for pets this weekend. Cats and dogs are half price, and Henderson residents get an extra discount. You can head on over there tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 5. For more information, you can visit the City of Henderson's website.
Is anybody in the building? Police!
Check this out. Police officers running towards a burning building and putting their lives on the line to save the people inside. Driving under the influence is a crime, but what happens if the DUI suspect is a cop? Contact 13 investigates why some say officers get a pass. And the reigning Miss America accusing the new pageant boss of bullying.
Stand back! this way!
Well, check out this new video. 2 police officers jump into action to save people from a burning building in Alabama. As you just saw there, one officer used a fire extinguisher to break open a window and then carry a woman to safety. The city council recently honored both officers for their heroics. And caught on video yet again, a woman calls police on a man who was trying to get into his own car. Check it out.
This lady here is calling the cops on me. I was getting ready to put money in a meter or whatever, and she has nothing else better to do and asked me if I was breaking into my car.
Now, the man says his driver's side door didn't unlock, and when he went to go try the passenger door, he says the woman started screaming at him, asking him if he was breaking into that car. He waited for police to arrive, thinking it would look bad if he left, but by the time police confirmed that it was his car, the woman who called 911 was long gone.
Stereotyping, racial profiling, maybe she thought the vehicle didn't belong to me, but if that's why you ask questions, you don't jump to conclusions.
Now, the man says he doesn't think that this necessarily had to do with his race, just a case of see something, say something gone wrong. Well, there's no question that driving under the influence is a dangerous crime, but when the drunk drivers are cops, some say they get a pass. So is there a double standard when police officers break the law? Contact 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears examines what happens when police become perpetrators.
This story came to us in a unique way. Cops blowing the whistle on other cops, saying their counterparts caught breaking the law are not being held properly accountable.
There is no valid excuse for driving under the influence. I don't care who you are or who you think you are. There is none.
Every one of these Henderson cops has been arrested for driving under the influence. All but one still work for the department, and 2 were promoted after being convicted.
What the few have done, it impacts the many.
It's a problem Henderson's new police chief has been working to change. Do you feel that you came in needing to do some cleanup?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Fairness and consistency has been missing. That picks away at morale within an organization also. And that's something I have to eliminate.
Todd Rasmussen is the most recent Henderson officer arrested for DUI. His alleged crime is the only one that happened on Chief Watson's watch. The former department spokesperson is now a police background check investigator. He's been on paid administrative leave since May 18th, when sources say he crashed his personal car into a light pole, causing thousands of dollars in damage to taxpayers. Rasmussen pleaded not guilty. His trial is scheduled for August 30th on charges of failing to maintain his lane and misdemeanor DUI. He declined comment for this story.
Because when you have police officers who choose to break the law, it casts a very dark shadow on all of the extraordinary officers that are out there serving the public, putting their lives on the line for us every day.
Stop DUI's Sandy Heverly and Chief Watson agree that cops must be held to a higher standard.
We have the liberty of taking someone's rights away. We can put them in jail. Their freedom is gone. Us doing the same thing that we are arresting the public for is not good.
Undercover Detective Rand Allison was charged in Las Vegas with DUI liquor in September 2012. Sources say the DUI was in his detective car. Allison got the charge reduced and was found guilty of reckless driving. That's something we saw with most every case we examined.
And unfortunately, when that happens, I think people have a tendency to lose the seriousness of the crime. When you're driving under the influence, you're a potential killer.
Lisa Mattingly and Aaron Bushell were also arrested for DUIs, but again, you won't find that on their records. Both pleaded no contest to reduced charges of reckless driving, and both were promoted after their convictions, which rankles the rank and file.
The main thing that I've said to all of my employees is that I still can't speak for previous leadership.
Court records show Bushell refused to take a field sobriety test after he was found passed out at the wheel in 2007 in the northbound travel lanes of Blue Diamond at Dean Martin. He was an officer at the time and has since been promoted to sergeant. Mattingly was a sergeant when she was arrested for DUI in 2013. The arrest report shows she rear-ended a citizen at a red light on Gibson and Horizon Ridge. Tests show a blood alcohol content of 0.179, more than twice the legal limit. She was found guilty in 2015 and promoted to lieutenant in 2017.
When someone takes an oath That's a sacred promise. And that promise is to serve and protect. And you don't become the perpetrator that you've made that promise to protect us from.
Of the bunch we investigated, the only one who lost his job is Joseph Lawrence. In 2014, Lawrence drove the wrong way on the 95 freeway, then evaded police before finally stopping. Police records show he had a loaded gun with a round in the chamber, an open container of whiskey, and lots of prescription pills in his car. Lawrence pleaded no contest to misdemeanor DUI and guilty to the felony of evading police. He was sentenced to probation.
They must be dealt with and dealt with in the appropriate manner, or it causes distrust in the community. And that is something in this line of work that we cannot withstand. The public has to feel that they can trust us.
We left messages for all the current Henderson officers, but none of them returned our calls. Darcy Spears, 13 Action News.
Now, 13 First Alert weather.
And your 13 first alert is that it's going to get hotter and near record setting, and then we'll calm things down and then really ramp up the storms. That's how it's going to go. Yeah, it's really a very interesting kind of a push-pull, but look good for tonight, I'll tell you that. But, oh, all that humidity. It's still there. We haven't really cut it in half just yet. We'll probably cut it down a little bit tomorrow. I hope you notice. You probably won't because temperatures are going to be so close to 110. Today, I guess that's not too far off. Not too far off a record, but once again, you heard earlier, we're closing that gap. But low 100s, that's considered normal, and we will get back to normal or even below. Raising Cane still piling up the money. 68 days worth of 100-degree weather. You know, we normally do about 70 or so, and in some years we've had about 85 or so. So either way, $6,800 donated so far. We're adding to that. 13 First Alert Desert Doppler right there. Nothing doing tonight, nothing doing tomorrow. Still had a few clouds in the picture, but we're reducing the moisture even more, but then we're going to bring it back. Not Monday, but how about Tuesday a little bit, Wednesday and Thursday? That's when we start to talk about those summer thunderstorms coming back from the monsoon, a seasonal wind shift. We're getting it out of the southwest right now, drying things out. This is that southeasterly flow that pumps in the moisture. So here's what it's going to do for us. It doesn't do anything for us for tomorrow or for Monday. Not so much, but I think later Monday we'll start to see some of that or feel some of that pump in, but even more so for Tuesday. So temperatures will drop after they push up to almost 110 for Sunday. They'll drop a little bit more for Tuesday and definitely for Wednesday. So that's below normal, but then we ramp up the chances for thunderstorms. Maybe by the end of next week, we'll bring up those temperatures again and dry things out. But in the meantime, we know we start to really get things sticky and certainly pump in the moisture and get those thunderstorms going by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right, back to you.
The humidity can be rough. Thanks, Brian. All right, well, right now, bombshell allegations against the Miss America pageant, what the reigning queen is accusing the new chairwoman and president of, and the action some are calling for tonight. And don't forget to download KTNV Mobile. It's in the App Store and in Google Play. It's free and lets you watch 13 Action News video anywhere you have mobile service. We'll be right back. Well, new tonight, stunning accusations at the Miss America pageant. The reigning queen now blasting leadership, including new pageant chair Gretchen Carlson for bullying her. ABC's Janae Norman reports there are now growing calls for action.
Caramond is painting her reign as Miss America as anything but glitz and glamour. Just weeks before turning over her crown, in a letter to her Miss America sisters, Mund writes that chairwoman Gretchen Carlson and CEO Regina Hopper have systematically silenced me, reduced me, marginalized me, adding, "I'm not comfortable with any of us being controlled, manipulated, silenced, or bullied." Carlson herself, crowned Miss America in 1989, took over in January, enacting sweeping changes like eliminating the swimsuit contest.
We are no longer a pageant, we are a competition. We will no longer judge our candidates on their outward physical appearance.
Mund claims at speaking events she was given mandatory talking points like the Me Too movement started with a Miss America, Gretchen Carlson, and that Carlson went to Stanford, saying she was also banned from speaking with some current contestants and blamed for some sponsors dropping out. ABC News reaching out to pageant organizers for comment, who pointed us to an interview with Carlson denying the allegations, exclusively telling People magazine, "We have supported Cara. It's just disappointing that she chose to air her grievance publicly and not privately."
Mund says she decided to speak out despite the risk of punishment. Organizers say they plan to reach out directly to Mund to address her concerns. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
All right, well, making a little extra money on the side is as easy as just getting in your car to deliver food for people. New tonight, one man is making those so-called side hustles his main source of income. It's not as easy as it sounds. James Little has 8 jobs. He drives for Uber and Lyft, delivers packages for Amazon, drops off groceries with Instacart, and brings people food with Grubhub and DoorDash. But that's not all. He even gets paid by Lime Bike for picking up their electric scooters.
After 9 p.m., we pick up the scooters. I take them back to my residence. I charge the scooters. I try to get them back into St. Louis by 7 a.m. and then I get paid. It's not cushioned by far because I'm out here all the time, every day.
Yeah, it may not be easy, but he says he's much happier than he was working his normal job. And if you're looking for a job, we're here to help. We're working with Nevada Job Connect. We want to make sure you know about job openings right here in the Valley. There's an opening for an office administrator. The pay will depend on your experience. Also an opening for a kitchen worker. The pay for that job is $8.25 an hour. And there's an opening for a yard man. Pay for that job is $14 an hour. For more information on these jobs and other openings around the Valley, just go to ktnv.com/jobs. Well, a popular car financing deal seems to be fading away. Tonight, Contactor 13 is asking what's the deal and how it could impact you and your wallet. Well, right now might not be the best time for you to buy a new car. Car experts at Edmunds.com say it's getting harder to find a 0% APR financing deals. Contactor 13 and Scripps national correspondent Annie Taylor are looking into what this means for your wallet.
Buying a car is expensive, it's a big purchase, and even a bigger commitment to your bank account. Over the past 10 years, we've been spoiled with those 0% APR financing deals, and now those deals are going away, and experts say that dealerships are offering better deals to those who are paying in cash.
The better economy is driving interest rates higher because the feds have elevated interest rates.
Tim Jackson with the Colorado Automobile Dealers Association says there are always downsides for consumers in a thriving economy, and this is one of them. Right now, for car buyers, the average APR is 4.21%. If your car costs $30,000 and you want to pay it off in 5 years and you had the average APR of 4.21%, your monthly bill would be roughly $555. But if you change that APR to 0%, your monthly bill would be $500. That's a savings of $55 and a big difference.
You can't get any better than free, right?
If buying a new car is something you want to do, your best bet in this economy to get a great deal, Jackson says, is to keep a good credit score and choose the vehicle with the best incentives. I'm Annie Taylor.
All right, well, Brian has a final check of your forecast, but right now here's a live look out at the Valley on this Saturday night. Stay with us.
13 First Alert Weather, take a look at our allergy forecast. It stays the medium category really through early next week, even though we're planning on getting maybe a few good showers and thunderstorms in the Valley to wash some of that away. But either way, we go from near 110 to low 100s, which is a little bit below normal. Back to you.
Get set. Eat a peach.
Eat that peach. Men and women taking part in the annual Palisade Peach Festival peach eating contest in Colorado. The rules: eat as many locally grown peaches as you can in 90 seconds. Well, it ended in a tie, so the 2 men who ate 6 peaches competed in a peach off, the winner eating 5 more peaches in just 45 seconds. Hey, I'm all about it. My first job was in Georgia, so I love peaches. And hopefully the rest of your weekend is just peachy. That's 13 Action News Live at 11. We're always on at ktnv.com, our mobile app, our Roku channel. From all of us here at Channel 13, have a great night, and thanks for watching, everyone.